The world's top 10 most magical bamboos. A bamboo that's 10 stories high and can fit 2 adults only ranks 6th. The number 1 has evolved into an ecological monster that destroys entire villages the moment it blooms. Bamboo is slender, tall, and unassuming plant. But on the other side of the planet, they've long since leveled up their evolution from what looks like a 3D printed creation, but is actually a naturally growing square bamboo, to one with its own built-in brewery, the magical wine bamboo that can get you drunk with a single cut. There's also the one with a natural talisman, covered in dragon patterns, the dragon scale bamboo, with each stalk exuding the aura of an ancient dragon. Every one of these will redefine your understanding of the word bamboo. In this episode, follow Global's best as we delve into the world's top 10 most magical bamboos. Each one is more incredible than the last. We look forward to your subscription and likes. Number 10. Square bamboo. Looking at this perfectly square bamboo with its clean lines, you might think it's a custom-made craft piece from a horticultural factory. Wrong. It hasn't undergone any artificial shaping whatsoever because this is how it has grown since it was a shoot. This is square bamboo, an extremely rare structural variant of bamboo found in nature. Unlike the round bamboo we're familiar with, its culm exhibits a regular 4-sided structure between each node, like natural square tubes standing in the forest. No matter how you look at it, it resembles a man-made product model. But if you get closer, you'll find its texture, grain, and nodes are all completely authentic. It's 100% natural. Besides its unique shape, square bamboo also boasts excellent material properties. It has short internodes, thick walls, high fiber density, and is resistant to cracking. In the past, in places like Yunnan, it was widely used to make bows, arrows, and tool handles. Today, it's considered by some bamboo carvers as a naturally formed carving material, especially suitable for craft designs that require strong straight lines. When polished, it's smooth and has a great texture and can showcase its structural beauty with little to no extra embellishment. However, this type of bamboo is still a regional, small population species. Its distribution in the wild is extremely narrow. Artificial cultivation is difficult, and its commercial application is limited. To this day, there is little research data on it. Most knowledge comes from the accumulated experience of local forestry stations and plant enthusiasts through field observation. Square bamboo doesn't have colorful skin, nor does it bloom with exotic flowers, but with its straight-edged appearance, it has quietly redefined people's definition of bamboo. Number 9. Black bamboo. You might think bamboo is always green, but the bamboo you're about to see will completely overturn your perception of it. The first time you see it, you might mistake it for being smoked because its entire body is jet black, without a hint of the vibrant green you'd expect from bamboo. It barely even reflects light under the sun. This is black bamboo, also known as purple bamboo, a unique colored bamboo species native to China. But what's interesting is black bamboo isn't born black. When it's young, it actually has a faint, dark green hue. But as the bamboo grows, its culm gradually accumulates high concentrations of flavonoids and phenolic substances. When exposed to sunlight, these substances oxidize, gradually forming a purplish black or even jet black appearance. However, this blackening process is very slow, sometimes taking 2 to 3 years to fully manifest. The black of black bamboo isn't a stark, flat black, but a warm black that has settled naturally over time, as if dyed by the years. Especially after a rain, it has a deep, understated texture. So sometimes it looks like ebony, and other times like an ancient guqin polished by the ages. It is this unique and independent appearance that has made black bamboo a favorite among scholars and artists since ancient times. The great writer Su Shi once said, "One can live without meat, but not without bamboo." Its unyielding nature and its defiance of the cold have made it a symbol of a gentleman's integrity. And when it's crafted into objects, it becomes an extension of ancient artistry. Ancient flutes and brush pots were mostly made from black bamboo. Even in the imperial court, there are preserved black bamboo screens and artifacts. Because its color is natural and not the result of carving, Often, just a light engraving following the lines of the bamboo nodes is enough to evoke a sense of ancient elegance and free-spirited character. However, black bamboo is not easy to cultivate. It is native to the warm and humid regions of central China and has very high requirements for sunlight. If it stays in a damp, shady environment for too long, it may remain in a dark green stage and never turn black. Number 8. Wine bamboo. You've seen fruits that can make wine, you've seen grains that can ferment, but you've surely never seen a bamboo that produces its own wine. You heard that right. In the tropical jungles of Africa, there's a magical bamboo called wine bamboo. You just need to gently shave its tender tip, and before long, it will secrete a liquid with a clear fragrance and sweet taste. And this is real, genuine wine. Its alcohol content can reach over 20%, comparable to a glass of homemade sorghum liquor. It's enough to make a person tipsy and animal stagger. This isn't some hidden contraption inside the bamboo, nor is it a human gimmick like bamboo tube wine. This bamboo brews it all by itself. Scientists are still studying its secret. Some speculate that after the bamboo is cut, the sap inside undergoes spontaneous fermentation with natural microorganisms, acting like a built-in natural brewing system. Even more interestingly, people have filmed troops of monkeys tapping the wine bamboo themselves. Locally, wine bamboo is considered a gift from nature. Villagers will cut a few fresh stalks during festivals. The dripping liquid is considered sacred, used to honor the gods and entertain distinguished guests. There's even a special bamboo wine festival. But don't think for a moment that wine bamboo is only good for producing liquor. Its thick, sturdy culm is also very useful. It can be used to build houses and make furniture, as well as containers and tools. It's a treasure from top to bottom, a primary building material in many parts of Africa. This makes wine bamboo one of the rare all-rounders in the plant kingdom. During the day, it's an excellent material for shelter from the sun and rain, a natural helper for building homes. At night, with a gentle cut, it can provide a few sips of sweet, clear wine. No brewing equipment needed, no grain fermentation. It all comes from the bamboo itself. One has to admit, sometimes nature understands how to live better than we do. Number 7. Dragon scale bamboo. In the subtropical regions of southern China, there's a type of bamboo whose surface is covered with unique gray-black markings. The patterns are staggered and well-proportioned, closely resembling the tortoiseshell pattern on a turtle's back. Sometimes, when these patterns converge, they look like the faint outline of a human face. So, locals call it tortoiseshell bamboo or human face bamboo. But if you look at this bamboo from another angle, you'll immediately get a different impression. From a distance, it looks like dense, orderly dragon scales, especially under the sunlight, as dappled light and shadows dance between the nodes. These scales seem to move, resembling a mythical old dragon in the forest. That's why more people prefer to call it dragon scale bamboo. It's called this not only because it has the skin of a dragon, but also because it has the spirit of a dragon. The patterns on its body are not random. They're the traces left behind as the bamboo sheaths continuously fall off year after year under the wind and sun. Therefore, every stalk of dragon scale bamboo has its own unique dragon pattern. It is because of this distinctive aura that it is especially popular in traditional Chinese gardens. The ancients often liked to plant it in a corner of their courtyard, symbolizing strength and protection, hoping it would ward off evil spirits and bring peace to the household. And dragon scale bamboo is not just beautiful, it's also very practical at its core. Its main material has high hardness and beautiful grain, making it one of the favorite materials for craftsmen. Every object made from it carries a natural texture and feel. Every piece is like a work of art with a story. This is dragon scale bamboo, a type of bamboo that you can't help but look at again and again. It's not only a miracle of nature, but also a carrier of traditional Chinese culture. Number 6. Giant dragon bamboo. You can't possibly imagine what it's like for a single bamboo stalk to grow into a towering tree. In the jungles of Zhishuangbanna, Yunnan, China, lives the largest known bamboo in the world, giant dragon bamboo. Its average diameter is 30 centimeters wide, and its average height reaches 35 meters. If you're not clear on this concept, just imagine how tall a 10-story building is. So, when you stand beneath a giant dragon bamboo and look up, you probably can't see the top. It's like facing a green skyscraper. You have to step back quite a bit just to see its entire form. At that moment, you realize that bamboo can also have such a powerful presence. It is said that the largest giant dragon bamboo can reach a diameter of 100 centimeters and a height of over 45 meters. With that size, forget about making a bucket. It could easily fit 2 adults. Additionally, the growth speed of giant dragon bamboo is astonishing. During the rainy season, it can grow almost 30 centimeters per day, with a recorded maximum of about 50 centimeters in a single day. This means a bamboo shoot you see in the morning could shoot up from a small mound into a half-meter-tall green club by evening. And a fully grown giant bamboo shoot can weigh 20 to 25 kilograms, enough for a dozen people to enjoy a hot bamboo shoot hot pot. But the significance of giant dragon bamboo goes far beyond that. Locally, it's used to build houses, make furniture, construct bridges, and can even be processed into bamboo fiber to weave into light, breathable clothing. It's one of the few plants that can be used as both a structural material and be worn, making it a true all-rounder in the bamboo world. However, just because giant dragon bamboo is massive and versatile doesn't mean it can reproduce easily. According to reports, in its natural state, giant dragon bamboo typically flowers only once every 50 to 60 years, and the seed setting rate is extremely low. Once it enters its flowering period, entire groves will often flower and die off collectively within 2 to 3 years. This means that even if you see a lush, green bamboo forest today, it could suddenly wither completely in a few years. Currently, giant dragon bamboo is mainly found within the Zhishuangbanna National Nature Reserve and is a key protected plant. Its survival is particularly dependent on the integrity of the forest and a stable microclimate. Once its habitat is destroyed, it has almost no ability to relocate. So, this isn't a bamboo you can find everywhere. It is a life form that requires time, climate, and the entire forest to come into being. Its very existence is a stroke of luck. Number 5. Succulent bamboo. In the limestone mountains of southern Laos, a strange plant that looks like bamboo but grows like a succulent has attracted significant attention from the scientific community. It's called succulent bamboo, a very rare, and one could even say unique, existence among bamboos. The first time you see it, you'll likely be stunned. Is this really bamboo? It lacks the slender form of traditional bamboo. Instead, its nodes are swollen, like a series of planted green fingers. No matter how you look at it, it more closely resembles some kind of chubby cactus. The reason it grows this way is not out of a preference for this shape, but simply to survive. The environment where succulent bamboo lives is extremely harsh. The limestone mountain soil is poor. The dry season is long with high temperatures and intense sun, and water scarcity is the norm. Other types of bamboo couldn't survive here, but it manages by storing water in its thick, fleshy cones, like a plant with its own built-in canteens, enduring one dry season after another. Scientists first formally recorded and named this succulent bamboo in 2017. Research has found that its culm tissue is filled with vesicle-like cells suitable for water storage. The inner nodes are short and thick, and its underground rhizomes have also developed tuber-like structures. This succulent-like physiological structure is unique in the entire bamboo family. To conserve water, it closes its stomata during the dry season, reduces its rate of photosynthesis, and minimizes its metabolism to survive the drought with the least consumption. This extreme adaptation strategy is just like that of desert plants, yet it exists within the framework of a bamboo, truly subverting people's understanding of bamboo plants. Currently, succulent bamboo has only been found in the limestone mountains of southern Laos and parts of Vietnam. Its distribution is narrow and its population is sparse. It doesn't have the graceful elegance of traditional bamboo, nor is it suitable for building materials or practical use. But from an evolutionary perspective, it represents an extreme attempt by bamboo to adapt to a harsh environment. What can bamboo grow into? The answer given by succulent bamboo is, in order to survive, it will even abandon its traditional form and turn itself into a water storage tank. Number 4. Xiangfei bamboo. When it comes to traditional Chinese culture, this next bamboo is one you absolutely cannot ignore. Is Xiangfei bamboo one of the 4 famous bamboos? Xiangfei bamboo, also known as spotted bamboo, mainly grows in the areas around Mount Hung and Dongting Lake in Yiyang, Hunan, China. At first glance, it doesn't look much different from other bamboos. But once you get close, you'll discover its culms are covered with purplish-black markings that look like both ink stains and teardrops. Legend has it that after Emperor Shun died in the Kangwu wilderness and was buried on Jiui Mountain, his 2 concubines, a Huang and Nuying, followed him to the banks of the Xiang River. They wept so bitterly that their tears stained the green bamboo. Over time, these indelible tear-like stains remained on the bamboo. Thus, this bamboo with tear-like spots came to be known as Xiangfei bamboo, consort Xiang bamboo. Of course, this is just a legend, but the markings on Xiangfei bamboo are indeed a unique, naturally occurring phenomenon. It belongs to the spotted bamboo category. The culms are yellowish-green, covered with natural purplish-brown or dark red streaks. Each one is unique, as if stained by some deep sorrow, carrying a hint of sadness without losing its integrity. The beauty of Xiangfei bamboo is immersive, the kind that might not strike you at first glance, but captivates you on the second. Scholars and artists particularly favor it, for no other reason than it is a bamboo that grew up with a story. Xiangfei bamboo is suitable for making crafts like pen holders, hand fans, flutes, and shao. The feel is warm and smooth, the texture is natural, and every piece seems to carry a touching emotion. Therefore, it's also often planted in gardens, by the water, or in temples. It stands there quietly, as if waiting for someone, or perhaps seeing someone off. Number 3. Solid bamboo. On the other side of the planet, in the Andes Mountains of South America, there is another type of bamboo that is almost the antithesis of Xiangfei bamboo. It's not gentle, not graceful, and it doesn't tell stories. It speaks only one word, hard. It's called solid bamboo, and it is one of the very few completely solid bamboos in the natural world. You heard that right. The bamboos we usually see are hollow, with connected sections and a cavity between nodes. But this one is solid from top to bottom, as if cast from bronze. When you saw into it, there's no echo, only the solid crunching sound. Other bamboos fear the cold and pressure, but this one is the snow mountain warrior of the bamboo world. Solid bamboo is native to the region of Chile and Argentina in South America, where it lives year-round near the high mountain snow line. It withstands blizzards and remains as straight as ever. You can pile a whole layer of snow on it, and it won't bend. It can be covered in ice crystals, and it won't break. In one word, defiant. If you ask just how hard this defiant bamboo can be, local carpenters will just smile and say nothing. The answer is that it's harder than most woods. Sometimes when you try to saw it, it can even fight back against the saw blade. Therefore, it's used to make bows, weapons, and even serves perfectly well as wooden beams. The reason solid bamboo is so tough is because its structure is almost perfectly symmetrical and dense. Because it's not hollow, its culm can withstand much higher bending stress. Even in extreme conditions like earthquakes or typhoons, it remains firmly rooted in place. If Xiangfei bamboo is the poet of the bamboo world, then solid bamboo is its warrior. One stands guard by the water, the other resists pressure on the snowy mountains. One conquers with softness, the other overcomes all with hardness. These 2 types of bamboo may have never met in reality, but when you look at them together, it's as if nature has written 2 extreme answers to the same theme. Number 2. Arrow bamboo. In the high mountain bamboo forests of Sichuan, Shaanxi, and Gansu in China, there's a type of bamboo that supports the fate of an entire ecosystem. It's not the thickest nor the tallest, but it is the most indispensable. This is arrow bamboo. The name arrow bamboo sounds like it's used for making arrow shafts, But today, its most widely known identity is something much cuter: the staple food of the giant panda. That's right, the chubby pandas that munch on bamboo day in and day out are, most of the time, eating arrow bamboo. It has been calculated that one adult panda can eat 20 kilograms of bamboo a day, the vast majority of which comes from this species. But the story of arrow bamboo is not a heartwarming one. It is a species that flowers periodically once every few decades, or even over 100 years. But once it flowers, it stops growing. Instead, the entire arrow bamboo forest will die off at the same time, as if by agreement. This is not a metaphor, it's a fact. In the 1970s and 1980s, several mass flowering events of arrow bamboo occurred in the Minshan and Xionglan mountain ranges of Sichuan, China, causing a global shock at the time. In the early summer of 1983, the arrow bamboo forests in Wulong, Zhuzhegu, and Fengtongzhai suddenly bloomed. The bamboo culms quickly withered, as if they had been burned overnight. Arrow bamboo is the main food source for wild giant pandas. After flowering, the leaves become poor in quality and the culms die, causing the panda population to lose its food source in a short period, leading to an ecological famine. These two flowering events left hundreds of wild giant pandas facing severe starvation. In 1974 alone, in the Qionglan Mountains, dozens of pandas were found starved to death. When the bamboo flowered again in 1983, it was estimated that another 200 to 300 wild pandas were at risk of death from starvation or related illnesses. In July 1983, media outlets like the Sichuan Daily continuously reported on the bamboo flowering, with headlines like "Panda Disaster Touches 10,000 Hearts," quickly drawing public attention. China's Ministry of Forestry and the State Council urgently established rescue organizations and set up medical teams in the Wulong area. The World Wildlife Fund also allocated $2 million to support bamboo planting and panda relocation programs. This event also became a major catalyst for the enactment of China's wildlife protection law. Scientists have long tried to explain this mutual destruction, flowering mechanism of arrow bamboo. Some say it's to reduce predators. Others say it's an extreme evolution of the species' reproductive strategy. But whatever the reason, arrow bamboo's life cycle holds the fate of the panda in its grasp. It is not the most beautiful bamboo, nor the strongest, but it is the most ecologically significant. The arrow bamboo forest not only feeds the pandas, but also shelters other endangered high-altitude animals like the golden snub-nosed monkey, the red panda, and the white-eared pheasant. It is, in essence, the granary and ecological sanctuary for an entire mountain forest. Number 1. Fruit bamboo. If arrow bamboo is the prelude to an ecological disaster, then the next bamboo to be introduced is the real catastrophe that erupts in the natural world once every half-century. In the depths of the dense forests on the border of northeastern India and Myanmar, there's a type of bamboo that looks unremarkable on the surface, but is regarded by people as a harbinger of disaster. Once it flowers, local villagers flee in panic, the media issues emergency alerts, and the army enters a state of readiness. This is not a movie plot, but a periodic ecological disaster triggered by bamboo. This terrifying bamboo is the fruit bamboo. Fruit bamboo, also known as pear bamboo, is a large, clumping bamboo species. What makes it special is its terrifying growth pattern. About every 48 years, fruit bamboo, like arrow bamboo, will flower collectively. But what's different is that during its flowering process, it also produces a large amount of fruit rich in sugar and starch. This might sound like a gift from nature or a great forest harvest, but this is precisely what makes it so terrifying. Because after these nutrient-rich fruits fall to the ground, they gradually accumulate and rot, quickly attracting the forest's rat population to feed. At first, there might only be a few dozen, but soon there will be hundreds and eventually tens of thousands. What's even more frightening is that the high nutritional content of the fruit allows the rats to reproduce rapidly. A healthy pair of rats can produce thousands of offspring within a few months. In 1958 and 2007, the Indian state of Mizoram experienced this fruit bamboo disaster. Tens of thousands of rats swarmed out, devouring the forests, consuming farmlands, and even entering residents' homes. The aftermath was not just complete crop failure, but also widespread famine and a humanitarian crisis. The 2007 rat plague lasted for more than a year, causing food shortages for over 200,000 people. It wasn't until the Indian military deployed a large number of personnel to distribute rodenticides that the disaster was gradually brought under control. Scientists are still studying the cause of this phenomenon. One theory is that the bamboo uses a one-time mass fruiting to create a seed saturation effect, allowing some seeds to survive and spread while the rats are unable to consume them all. Others say it's a way for the old generation of bamboo to make way for the new by dying off, with their decaying root systems providing rich organic nutrients. It's an act of yielding to the next generation. But for the ordinary people of Mizoram, fruit bamboo is a mysterious and dangerous plant. It's fine when it doesn't bloom, but when it does, it signals famine and a plague of rats. Of these 10 most magical bamboos, which one did you find the most incredible? Let me know in the comments. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. Global's best, updated daily. See you tomorrow.